This video here I intended to make for quite a while, and it's about an item that is fairly current here on YouTube, but I just wanted to approach it kind of generically and just sort of look at it and say, what are we talking about here? And the topic I wanted to talk about at this particular video is the topic of hate speech. And I wanted to explore what hate speech is and how we can recognize hate speech when it occurs. I mean, most of you are probably quite able to do so anyway, but I just wanted to just gather my own thoughts about this and put them here in one place. And maybe for people to bounce ideas off as well. So, the first thing I think we need to acknowledge is that hate speech is not determined by the words that are used. You know, I can present you here with a list of naughty words, and basically all I would be doing is presenting you with an inventory. The words are the naughty words, but the speech is not hate speech as such. So just using naughty words doesn't make anything hate speech. Okay, the second thing is, what we need to realize is what is the speech, what are the comments in actual fact addressed at. And I think that is a very, very important thing to keep in mind. When is speech hate speech? For example, if I pick up this stapler here and I say, this is a crap stapler. I hate its guts. I wish it would just fucking melt down into a puddle of steel and plastic. Is that hate speech? Of course not. This is just an object. You know, it is not even capable of caring what I think about it. And even if I were to destroy this object would not be in the least perturbed by my actions. So this is not hate speech. And I think we need to realize that regardless of the type of object we're talking about, if the comments are directed at an object, they cannot possibly be hate speech. And that includes objects such as books. Draw your own conclusions from that. The other thing that hate speech cannot be directed at is an ideology or a belief system. So, if you target a particular belief system and you declare that to be crap, is that hate speech? No, it is not hate speech. It is just what you think of a belief system. And that brings me to what I think hate speech has to be targeted at. And I believe hate speech has to be targeted at people. If it's not targeted at people, it is not hate speech, no matter how disgusting it might sound, and no matter how hateful it may come across. But even being targeted at people is not enough to qualify something as hate speech, I don't think. Think about it. And I think the best way of understanding what I'm saying now is to realize the distinction between judging something on the one hand and condemning something on the other hand. You can judge another person to be an asshole or something else, whatever. Does that make your comment hate speech? No. If, however, you then proceed to condemn that person, you should be killed. Now you're talking hate speech. Hate speech is when you express the opinion that harm or exclusion should befall other people. And that's another very important distinction. Other people. If you sit here wittering on about how you just feel life's not worth living anymore and how you would just like to top yourself, that's not hate speech, that is somebody who's suicidal. But if you sit here wittering on about how you feel a particular group of people is not worth the space they occupy, then you are committing hate speech. I mean, what are you suggesting here? That they should be removed from that space? Or that they should be excluded from certain places? Or certain privileges? Now you're talking hate speech. Plain and simple. So the next time you listen to somebody ranting, listen closely to how they rant. There are a couple of hints that will give away whether hate speech is on its way. Is somebody talking about Islam, for example? Then maybe not. Is somebody holding up a Quran and saying this is a piece of shit, or a Bible? So far, so nasty, but no. But if somebody starts talking about atheists, or Muslims, or Christians, now your radio, your little alarm bell has to start ringing. Where is this person leading to? And if they start talking about things like, why should we allow you to breed or to breathe? Now you're talking hate speech. So don't get distracted by the form that somebody's videos or comments take. Pay close attention to what they're saying. Then you'll recognize hate speech when it rears its ugly face.